Hi, I'm Chris Hamans from ESC, European Sustainability Consulting. This presentation informs you about the CEN TC350 standards and the scope of the sustainability covered by these standards. It tells you also where to position the other type of sustainability assessments that are not covered by these set of standards. The sustainability assessment quantifies impacts and aspects to assess the environmental, social and economic performance of buildings using quantitative and qualitative indicators. The key word is building. The assessment of the CEN TC350 standards describe and quantify the building performance in environmental, societal and economic aspects. The CEN TC350 standards define the physical boundaries of the building. Of course, the building will have an impact on aspects that are laying beyond these building boundaries, like the impact of the building on the infrastructure, on energy systems and on transport systems, on employment and on the macroeconomic systems, etc. But also vice versa. The building performance might be influenced by all these systems, like the accessibility of the building is influenced by the spatial planning, the public transport, traffic systems, etc. The CEN TC350 standards assessment is limited to the building performance. The CEN TC350 assessment results into a wider picture of sustainability assessment. The reference base for the assessment is the functional equivalent. For more explanation to this graph and the explanation to functional equivalent, see the YouTube presentation in the cluster CEN TC350 number 5. The object of assessment is to be specified or described in its functional and technical characteristics. The set of standards do not assess the functional and technical performance of the building. That's then a well-known other assessment or design tools. It has to be specified what type and quality of service the building will deliver during the use stage and what is the planned service life. What will the maintenance, repair and replacement scenarios be for this design, this solution? What about the adaptability of the building to changing user needs? Don't underestimate the importance of the functional and the technical performance of the building for the sustainability performance. I refer to the Eurocodes for the calculation rules on the structural design. However, the outcome of the design process to meet the technical and functional demands or requirements is the input for the environmental, social and economic assessment. With the results of the functional and technical design, we can start the sustainability assessment of the building. This graph visualizes the set of standards. The figure shows how the standards are grouped and deal with the 3 dimensions of sustainability. The functional performance and the consequences of the technical solutions can be measured and communicated with the 3 categories of aspects. Once more, functionality and technical characteristics are the input to the 3 columns. If I move the figure a bit to the left, I can visualize that there are more types of assessments than the assessment of the building. You could assess the sustainability of all kinds of process rules, like on decision process against defined or chosen principles. For instance, on the well-known corporate social responsibility. It's an assessment of a process in which choices are made, decisions are taken that can be described and mirrored to elsewhere defined or accepted performance aspects of social responsibility. The decisions, the choices made, have an effect on the building but are not a performance of the building itself, but are the performance of a management process. Back in the center, and repeating once more, there are many other assessments possible for all kinds of aspects. All decisions made in these adjacent assessments might have an impact on the scenarios taken for the building. For instance, CSR, corporate social responsibility, that's one of them. But CSR is about a process, not about the building itself. The scope of the assessment of the sustainability in the CEN TC350 standards is the building. Building rating tools may include the technical and functional characteristics of the building in their assessment. That's why the heading of Figure 2, including the technical and functional column, specifies integrated building performance. And beyond that, beyond the building assessment, there are many other assessments possible for all kinds of sustainability aspects. Sustainability aspects other than the direct building related aspects are, for instance, an OHS assessment, standing for Occupational Health, Safety and Welfare of people engaged in the work and employment related to the building. The before mentioned CSR assessment, Corporate Social Responsibility, it's about the quality of management principles, policies and management decisions of a process. Spatial planning, district planning, neighborhood expansion, infrastructure, public transport, utilities like electricity, gas, water, sewage, communication, and landscaping, etc. All these sustainability assessments can be valuable contributions to decisions how best to contribute to an overall sustainability. The sustainability assessment in the scope of the CEN TC350 standards concerns the building. The results of environmental, societal and economic aspects of the building are contributions to a wider overall sustainability assessment. There is interlinkage between all aspects of sustainability. Ideally, all those assessment results fit together. It should be clear, an assessment according CEN TC350 is limited to the sustainability assessment of the building. I'm Chris Hamans and welcome your response. See also the other presentations in this series CEN TC350.